Peace and Black Power family. Salam alaikum, Hotep, and Kansarian and Garrett. That last greeting is the most unaware greeting that I just gave. That's a greeting that I learned from Dr. Joy DeGroot. It's a greeting that basically suggests how are the children? How are the children? And in these dire times and dire straits, I think it's relevant that we ask ourselves, how are the children? So I think that's a very relevant greeting tonight. First of all, let me apologize for our late and our tardiness. We have some complications here at the center that we had to deal with to make sure that we can get the broadcast and do it as effective as possible. So also, I wanted to let you all know that we're supposed to have Dr. Isaac Richmond here tonight. And most of you who follow our activity understand that Dr. Isaac Richmond is very dear to us, and he's one of our great elders. And so we didn't pressure Dr. Richmond to make the trip down from Memphis tonight to Mississippi to be with us tonight, because we are concerned, you know, as an organization, we are concerned, and just with the social health and well-being of Dr. Isaac Richmond, you know, so we didn't require him to come down tonight. So I'm gonna wing this one by myself tonight. Do have Sister Crystal here, do have Lieutenant Carlos Bowles here, and we're gonna wing this tonight, just the three of us. And y'all saw the topic tonight, and I think it's very important that we have a very robust conversation about what's going on and in the midst of this corona virus pandemic. I think we need to have a real healthy conversation about the virus and where we at right now. Black people, come on tonight, and basically every time I come to the airwaves, to your social media sites, and y'all tune in, my conversation is very specific. The whole endeavor and agenda of the Black Liberation Movement is very specific. We speak from a black perspective, and as I have said before, that's a perspective that most black people never speak from. So we speak from a black perspective. And tonight, we want to speak to this coronavirus and pandemic from that perspective. So if y'all will, go ahead on and share this broadcast. I'm pretty sure it's going to be filled with some content that we need to hear. It's going to be filled with information that we need to know. And it's going to be filled with some things that I want to say that I think may shock some people, but at the same time, I feel like they're relevant and need to take time and look at it from that perspective. Because what's happening now, in my assessment, and I don't have a humble assessment, in my assessment, what's happening now is that we beginning to take the whole narrative, and I'm seeing black leaders that have platforms begin to back up in a time when black people don't need you to back up. If I wanted the same information that the white status quo is giving, then I'll just watch CNN. But if I'm watching your live, and I've been knowing you for the years that I've been knowing you, and you've been speaking truth to power, and you've been speaking endearment and power, black liberation, black sovereignty, black independence, black power to black people, this is not the time for you to capitulate that stance and begin to step back from your adamantly about the black community and speaking from a black perspective. And what I mean is that this is the time, if there is for the black community to rise up, to stand up, to band together, this is the time. I don't see a better time for black people to exercise the theoretical talk that we've been talking for these last few years. We've been operating on the banner of the Black Liberation Movement for the last 4 years. We've been operating, and we changed our settings tonight because I wanted to make sure that these areas of battle are highlighted, because these are the areas of battle that the Black Liberation Movement pronounced 4 years ago that we will work diligently to build black people power in these areas of battle. And it's times like these that we realize how weak we are as an organization. Let me just take our time and say peace and black power to some people that I see coming on. Our brother, Professor Carl Tone Jones. Peace and black power, brother. Mark Ashore. Some of the other people that came on. I'm sitting too far away now from the screen, but I see you coming on, and if I see that you are somebody relevant that I feel like I need to shout out, I'm gonna shout you out. But everybody is of importance, and I'm glad that you tuned in tonight. But getting back to the point of this coronavirus and our situation and our dire strait as a community, we at a point where we need black leadership to stand up and be pronounced. And I, for one, is one that will stand flat-footed and put my face in the front of this camera and begin to tell you what I feel and what I think about what it is that's going on, about what I feel we need to be doing as a community. May not mean much to a lot of you because I know where you want your information to come from. I know where you feel your safety. I know where you feel you're most confident in who is imparting information upon you. But my thing is, where's the black community now? Where's the black community now? What should we be doing? How should we be mobilizing now? Got an opportunity to watch this morning as he began to address the nation. And some of the, how you doing, Miss Vivian? Pleasure to, glad you're on. Frankie Rain, the publicist for the Black Liberation Movement, doing a great job. Really appreciate her jumping on board and doing her thing with the movement. Appreciate Frankie Rain. Anybody looking for great publicist work, look Frankie Rain up. She's outstanding, and she be doing a good job for the movement. We really appreciate her. Right. But Donald Trump came on this morning, and he said some things, and I know that all of us sitting on the edges of our seat now, that we not at work, you know, we not at school, and we sitting every day the edges of our couches, waiting on Donald Duck to basically come on and make us feel better about the situation that's going on. So what I wanted to do, I jotted down some things that Donald Duck said today, and I just want to, if you didn't get an opportunity to see him, I want to give you an opportunity to kind of internalize some of the things that he said this morning and process them for yourself. Process the information that he gave today for yourself. But before I do that, I want to say to the people, this whole coronavirus epidemic, pandemic is a serious issue. By no means are we saying that it's not a serious issue. I see that it is a threat, but like I said before last week, podcast that we did with Brother Simbo, I personally don't feel that black people will die, perish, suffer some catastrophic loss in our community from the coronavirus. I kind of described it like the rock being thrown in the water. We won't die from the impact of the rock going in the water. But what we will suffer from is the ripple effects. I personally am not afraid of the coronavirus. You see, everything's shutting down. But this center is not shut down. Culture Center is not shut down. in these moments now, I feel black people need a place, a safe haven, a sanctuary where we can go and convene. These people have even convinced us to shut down the churches. The one place that black people have always had to go is the church. But we have gotten so, I guess, safe now. You know, we afraid of coronavirus. And basically what makes us afraid is fear. But when I look at it, you know, I look at it with confidence. They say it's a virus. It's a virus. What are the symptoms? What are the symptoms of the virus? They say headaches, dry cough, fever. What else? Dizziness, I guess, you know. All these things, I'm sure each one of us have experienced before. You know, grandmama saw them things very easily. Which brings me to the reality that, do we really trust them? I'm talking about these ancestors. I'm talking about the ones we've been talking about prior to the coronavirus. You understand what I'm saying? I hope y'all understand what I'm saying, because I'm really talking to a lot of our people in the conscious community. Do we trust them? Or do we trust Donald Duck now, who out here basically provoking fear and to justify an action that we don't know what's coming? That's what we don't know. We don't know why the first time in human events that I can think of, in the white man and his power, that he chose to shut down all his systems because of a virus. What we done had? We done had SARS. Y'all hear me out. We done had E. coli. We done had swine flu, H1N1, all of these diseases. But the white man never decided to shut down his systems, which we are terribly dependent on. And I'm going to quote some white people a little bit later. I'm going to quote some white people because we believe in what white people say. So I'm going to quote some white people and see can they validate some of the things that I'm saying. Because I've been studying too, you know, in this pandemic. I've been studying too. So, you know, I'm at a point now. I'm wondering, are we trusting the ancestors? Do we trust grandma now? You understand? Do we trust them as far as dealing with a virus? And how did a virus become the prelude, the catalyst, and the fear that's invoked from a virus? I remember when I was growing up as a little boy, a lot of viruses. How have we lost confidence as a black community? I'm not saying this is not real. Don't nobody go saying that. This is real. You know, for as I'm concerned, they have announced that these celebrities, you know, one person that got it. You know, I don't know, one person got coronavirus. Okay? They said one person right there in DeSoto County got coronavirus. But I don't know that person. They don't never say the name, but they say the names of these celebrities, though. They say the names of these celebrities. You know? And let me ask y'all a question. When the celebrities announce that they have coronavirus, do it immediately come to your mind they're going to die? Does that immediately come to your mind, KD going to die, Kevin Durant? you know you're going to see Kevin Durant balling beginning of the NBA season, right? So you don't actually think Idris Elba going to die, right? You know, some of y'all women out there love Idris Elba so much you probably get coronavirus with them. So, you know, what I'm simply saying, how did this virus, human civilization been dealing with viruses from the conception of human civilization, I would think. But this virus had become to a whole domino effect type thing. Kind of remind me of 911 when they knocked down them towers to set the stage for something else. When they knocked down the tower, to set the stage for something else. And we bit that hook, line, and sinker. I never forget George W. Bush coming on the airways and said we have been attacked by some faceless cowards. Some faceless cowards. And that began to be the prelude for what we call Desert Storm and all these different things that the elitists of the world, began to orchestrate war and all these different things. And because of that attack that was seen all over the world, it created the condition for people to be fearful enough to turn their whole, I guess just basically surrender to the power that be and basically say, hey, look, protect us at any means. Protect us at any means. And then what happened? Laws start to come into play. It's where you get the Homeland Security became a whole entity. Yeah, Patriot Act became a whole entity. Okay? But it had to be something created. Now, this ain't no conspiracy that I'm sitting here talking about, conspiracy theory, da-da-da-da-da. No, this logical thinking. Something that we don't do. Okay? This is logical thinking. I'm saying these things are prelude. And I'm just saying, yes, I believe coronavirus is real, it's just as real as the flu. You know, but it's COVID-19. What that mean? Somebody tell me what that mean. What 19 mean? 19 may mean it was a 18, which means it was a 17, which means it may have been a 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It could have been all of them, but this 19. So if we dealt with 1 through 18, what's a phobia about 19? I understand. I got my hand sanitized. You know, we actually doing things, the Black Liberation Movement, to make sure that black people's immune system stay strong. We finna get ready to go in the ground, break the ground, and grow y'all some real food. How you know you ain't getting sick? Because the food you eating from your enemy. How you know you're not getting sick? And that ain't aiding and abetting what it is that's going on. I heard Donald Trump call it the China virus. I ain't blaming nothing on them folks. I know what white people done caused us. Okay. I ain't been at war with China. And ain't none of y'all been at war with China. I'm just trying to speak truth to power. I'm trying to bring a voice of reason to all of this. I'm trying to get over the fear and deal with some confidence. Marcus Garvey said, if you don't have confidence, then you already defeated. Right. So now when I see the leadership in the black community begin to back up and capitulate, surrender, Donald Trump, what they tell you to do. Okay, you scared, we scared, everybody's scared. But where is the confidence? Where is the confidence in the black community? Okay? We won't die from coronavirus. They tried to do that with AIDS. Did AIDS wipe us out? Did AIDS wipe us out? So now everybody's scared. You don't even want to meet. You don't even want to talk to each other. You understand? If you got coronavirus, you already got it. Hell, we probably got it in here right now. As pervasive as they say it is. Right. Okay? We probably got it right now. As pervasive as they say the coronavirus is, they say, I'm going to show you how much I studied. They said it can live on cardboard for a day. It can live on a surface, a hard surface, metal surface, wood surface for 2 to 3 days. Mm-hmm. They ain't did no testing around here. I don't know nobody been tested. All thing they showing us is celebrities that got coronavirus. So they showing us the high profile people should let you know where you're not immune to it. And if it's that pervasive, then you already got it. You already got it. They ain't rushing to try and save us. They ain't rushing out here and doing mandatory tests. They know how to send you where to go vote. When y'all get ready to vote, don't everyone go to a certain place? Every one of you go to a certain place when you get ready to vote. How come the federal government can't mandate that they set a particular federal doctor up in all these different places where you go vote, just like they got them voting machines up everywhere? And they tell Kenny, tell him I'm on live. Okay. But anyway, why they ain't did that? So if coronavirus is that pervasive, and I know we got scientists on here, so y'all go ahead on and make the comments. We gonna look at the comments and see what you got to tell the people. But I got something to tell the people. So coronavirus that pervasive, we can get it. They say it's airborne now. So how you know you ain't already got it? And if you do already got it, what you gonna do? You gonna overcome it just like everything else we have always done. Okay, I'm gonna tell you a personal story about myself, which make me, I guess, I don't have no fear about it. 6 years ago, I went to the hospital the first time in my life, and never had an IV in my arm. But I had a bacterial infection in my jaw. Most of us know it as an abscess. And I was under so much pain, I left my business, I went home, I laid down. And I put a hot pack on my jaw. And the alternative pain was soothing to me to the point that I went to sleep. And as I was sleep, the abscess ruptured. And when I woke, of course, I had swallowed a lot of the pores. But I went and I rinsed my mouth out. But I felt a lot better. Lo and behold, the next few weeks, I began to experience cold sweats, waking up in the morning, bed soaking wet, feeling nauseous, going through all kind of sicknesses, you know, that I was going through. Some of the things that they say coronavirus. I was experiencing all of that, losing weight. But it wasn't until one thing happened that made me go to the doctor, because I always prided myself on my ability to overcome sickness. One thing made me go to the doctor. That was my son, Ahmad. Ahmad looked at his father, and he knew something was wrong. He said, "Dad," he said, "you're going to have to go to the doctor." He said, "You're going to have to go to the doctor." And in the tone of his voice made me understand that he wanted his dad to live. And I fixed my mind, and I went to the doctor. And as I went to the doctor, I got in the doctor's office. First of all, y'all should know I was born with a heart murmur. There was a hole in my heart when I was born that never closed. And to this day, it still is a small hole in my heart. But what the doctor put the stethoscope on my chest and listened at my heart. And I never forget the look that was on his face when he heard my heart. It was an alarming look. And he said, "You go to the hospital right now." Indian doctor right here in Coldwater. He said, "You go to the hospital right now." I said, "No, bro." I said, "No, I'm not going to the hospital." He said, No. He said, "No, it's serious." He said, "You go to the hospital today." He said, "Anybody here with you?" And so happened my mother was there with me. And he wrote an admission for me to go straight to Memphis, to the University Medical Center on Union Avenue. And I can remember riding home to get prepared to go to the hospital, and tears started to roll out my eyes, because for the first time in my life, I was experiencing something that I felt like I didn't have no control over. And I was experiencing the reality that I could die. And I had never felt that feeling. Lo and behold, I went to the doctor, and they basically just triaged me, took blood, and basically said, "We'll check this blood, and you go back home, and we'll let you know what the business is." But for all intent and purposes, it seemed like you sick, but you gonna be okay. So I went back home, and the next day I got a call from the hospital, and they told me to come in. "We need you to come in." So I prepared myself to go. And when I got there, they told me that they had diagnosed me with a condition called endocarditis. And that was a bacterial infection in the heart. So once they traced that all the way back, and I told them what had happened, we found that that abscess that ruptured that day leaked poison into that hole that was in my heart. And it affected my heart with that poison. And I had been dying for 2 weeks. But my body, when I had made it to the doctor, they told me, you have been dying for 2 weeks. We don't even understand why you here. We don't even understand how you living. So what we want to do, we want to hold you, Mr. Alexander, for a couple of days to get the rest of the bacteria out of your heart, because there's still some bacteria left in your heart. But it's amazing. You living. So basically, I guess they just wanted to study me. But a PICC line was entered in my shoulder, and it went directly to my heart. And I came home and I administered my own antibiotics into my heart. So I said all that to say this, and I became stronger than I ever been in my life following that. I said all that to say this. I'm not afraid personally of a coronavirus. I'm not. I have looked death in the face, didn't even know I was looking at it, and has survived. So a coronavirus, headaches, nauseous, dry cough, we'll get over that. But what we need to be thinking about as a black community, will we get over these ripples? Will we get over being laid off or work for months at a time? I know y'all talking about this stimulus $1,000 check. That shit don't last, just like your taxes don't last. You get more than that in income tax. Do it last? So don't be hoodwinked by these trinkets, these 21 pieces of silver. We ain't gonna get hoodwinked like that. So what I'm saying is, this is the time that the black community needs to be galvanizing forces. We need to be convening amongst each other. But we so, what they call it, social distancing. Separating from each other. Social distancing. Let's separate from each other. For what? This is the time that we need to be coming together. But see, white people is our authority. Not these people. Not these people that we honor and respect every day. Go read Amos Wilson. Go read Amos Wilson. How many of y'all thought about Amos Wilson in these dire straits right now? You ain't thinking about Amos Wilson. I'm talking to the conscious community. White? Or Dr. who? Francis Chris Wilson, who just celebrated a born day. There she is right here. We got them on our wall here. We honor and respect them. That's the confidence that you see me speak with. I don't capitulate to Donald Trump or no other. I don't. I'm sorry. I don't. I'm the chief organizer facilitator of the Black Liberation Movement out of Mississippi. And we the little engine that could. We don't slow the fuck down because they telling us that we should slow down. Grandmama know how to heal a fever. And if you don't know how to heal a fever, then you got a problem anyway. You waiting on a vaccination to heal a fever, you got a problem anyway. I'm going to calm down. I ain't going to get all passionate tonight. I'm going to try to stay focused. Is anybody got any questions that said anything that need to be addressed?
Michael Hollowell said a few things. Brother Michael Hollowell said 19 means the beginning. It signifies that it's the beginning of the end to white supremacy. He also said if the ancestors lived through slavery, then damn coronavirus. Robert Lee, he responded to your comment about testing sites. And that's it. Mobile testing sites are in suburbans, but they're not in urban areas. Right. And then Michael Holloway also said this is a manufactured crisis as a prelude to what's coming next. And he also said that martial law is coming down the pipe, complete government control.
Yeah.
And then Brother Kenneth said, are we so small as to think $1,000 is life-saving?
Yeah. All of those things, y'all go back and y'all look at the comments that these people making. Because these are people that I personally know. And I haven't had a conversation with Brother Michael Hollowell, who actually has rewrote the Bible. This brother has rewrote the Bible. Some of y'all may have a reservation with Brother Hollowell rewriting the Bible, but you didn't have a reservation with King James doing it. King James rewriting it. And what it say? This book has been revised out of the original text, diligently compared to and all that right there. But we got his version. So Michael Hollowell, I'm promoting him right now. A brother that I don't really know, but I know him. I know his heart. And he has created the African version of the Bible. And that's where the Bible came from anyway. Your 10 Commandments come from the 42 laws of Ma'at. Okay? So it means it's 32 more things that we need to be doing that we ain't doing. So anyway, back to this coronavirus. And if anybody say anything that need to be addressed, just let me know, brother Carlos, Sister Crystal.
Robert Lee said, if you notice, Brother Robert Lee said, if you notice the testing sites are only in suburbia or the wealthy areas of cities. Understand this is their way of eliminating some of the pool to be able to take land, property, or any assets that the poor may have, a ripple effect.
Right, the ripple effects. So then my question is, black people should have a different code of conduct right now. We should have a whole different code of conduct because we at the bottom of the totem pole in this thing. Okay? So the ripple effects, as I heard the white man say before I left home on the news, he said, well, the coronavirus is not really going to the health effects of the coronavirus is not going to be as pervasive as the effects of everything else that's going on. You know, the depression that's going to be caused from people not being able to go to work and feed their families. You know, from children not being able. See, we don't even realize that 2 of them meals that our children get, a lot of our children get every day, come at school. They come at school. Now schools are shut down. Black community not prepared. Like we've been saying for 4 years, the Black Liberation Movement has said, let's be self-determining. Let's start creating some things. I talked to Brother Kamal Kareem, one of the great elders that aid and abet me in understanding a lot of the social dynamic that we need. He said, have anybody checked on grandma now? If they 60 and above in your community, you need to go check on them. Have we created a food pantry in the black community? See, we don't even love each other enough to think that these type times will come. But see, we've been talking about it in the conscious community, and we ain't did nothing about it. Now, what I will say about the Black Liberation Movement, I'm gonna toot our horn. We went out there and broke the ground up. Now, whether y'all choose to eat our food or not, that's on you. But we broke the ground up and we showed small models of what it is that we can do. And I took that message all the way to D.C. and made sure that people across the nation knew that black people in Mississippi were forward thinking. We ain't backwards and slow. We forward thinking. Led by the Black Liberation Movement and brothers and sisters who believe in a determination among black people and having confidence in a time like this right here. This ain't no time for black people to be backing up. I'm talking about black leaders. I sit at the table with any of you and have an intelligent conversation about this right here and let you understand this is not a time for black people to be backing up. Donald Trump said today, this is a direct quote, Donald Trump. Donald Duck. It's a great spirit in the country, a very exciting time. Stop right there. It's a great spirit in the country and a very exciting time. How is that? Everybody's fucking scared. So, but Donald Trump, the leader of the America, said it's a great spirit in America and a very exciting time for medicine in this country. And this is a medicine war. And if anybody's seen what I seen this morning, you would bear witness that Donald Trump said that. He said there's a great spirit in America, and it's a very exciting time for medicine. What do he mean for medicine? Could he mean for his partners? The pharmaceutical giants? Could that be what he referring to? Could Donald Trump be referring to the great spirit in America and the exciting time in America as a transition of the paradigm that's being ushered in? And it's a great time for his comrades and constituents, the capitalist elitists, that's ready to shift the laws of politics because we scared. Because we scared. And we ain't did. People call. We ain't did nothing to prepare ourselves for this time. So Donald Trump, knowing we got people scared now, we use the big old virus to get people afraid. And once people are afraid, they give up. And they beg for protection. Big old virus. You giving up and you begging for protection. Donald Trump says a great spirit in America. See, that's what a bully like. A bully like for you to be scared. He like for to walk in and everybody bow down. He like that. So everybody is running now, you know. And this medicine war. So he went on, let me push on, and he mentioned a very interesting law that's coming about. I seen that, Kenny.
Right.
I seen that the FDA is approving vaccines. I seen that. That's what I'm finna hit on. People think I'm just up here shooting my mouth. But I actually studied something while y'all sitting there scared to death. I'm actually studying. Because I'm not scared. They want to enact this law now that's called right to try. See how white people work, powerful white people? They don't even have nothing to impede them just experimenting. The right to try. What does that mean? The right to try. Well, I determined that basically what it means is the government saying we want to experiment on you without thorough research. We want to experiment on you. We want to experiment on you without thorough research.
Don't have to have FDA approval.
Because you're scared. So since you scared of this virus that we've been having virus and we've been getting rid of, Grandma was here, she tell you how to get rid of the virus. But since you so scared now, you forgot about Grandma, you forgot about all the ancestors, and you so scared now that we give up and they just put the pressure on. So they devised this law called the right to try. That means let us experiment on you. Since you so scared, we're going to try this. We're going to try this. Try this vaccine. Chloroquine. Hydroxychloroquine. And I see Dr. Shante Griggs on here, and I appreciate her coming on. This is the thing. I'm not a doctor. But I shared Dr. Shante Griggs yesterday because Dr. Shante Griggs is a black face in a lab coat. And that's what I told Dr. Murphy yesterday when he called me. I told him I'm gonna do a live tomorrow. I'm gonna speak my piece. Because I'm scared, I'm tired of black folk backing up when we should be speaking with confidence. So y'all go on my on my page, and you look at the live broadcast that Dr. Shante Griggs out of Chicago and the New Life Movement in Chicago that we are affiliated with Dr. Shante Griggs that's looking out for our interest. There's a problem when we ain't got black professionals that's not directly looking out for the black community. You want to be all inclusive. But we got a black doctor that's looking out for our interests. And I shared her, and she told us we should not be afraid. We should be taking the necessary precautions, of course. You see what I got up here? I got the water that we create. I got hand sanitizer. We getting ready to grow food. We doing what we can with the nominal fees. Y'all don't send us no money. We beg and petition you all the time. Join the Black Liberation Movement. This ain't about what you think. We honor and respect here more than we respect white Jesus, and y'all got a problem with that, so y'all don't donate to us. Like you gonna go to hell, a lightning gonna strike you if you donate to a black cause. I made a post this morning. I said people who work within the system, you believe in that system so much, why don't you put a dime over here in the grassroots black organizations? We may just save your life one day. And look what's going on now. We grow our own food. We create our own water. I've been all day long. I ain't thought about no coronavirus. People call me, I'm gone, trying to get them this water in their home. When everybody else scared, I'm still out there on the highways and byways trying to get people water so they can have it in their home. Yeah, I went in Walmart yesterday. I could feel the panic. I could feel the panic of the people. I wanted some corn. I wanted to make my children meatless tacos. I saw 6 cans of corn, and my first instinct was to get all 6 of them. I said, wait a minute, I ain't gonna get all 6 of these. Somebody else might need this. So I grabbed 4 of them. But what I'm saying is that panic that's been created. Did anybody say something? I seen a couple people.
We got,
give me what's relevant,
okay, so
I can push on.
Okay, well, Dr. Shante Griggs said, you know, the alkaline water will create a medium for healing. Pathogens won't be able to survive in an alkaline internal environment.
Thank you, Dr. Shante, for being a black face in a lab coat. We need that. We need a black face in a lab coat.
Right.
Y'all go on my page and view that live that she did. We shared. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Brother Kenneth said, let history be our guide. WHO, World Health Organization, is directly responsible for the spread of AIDS in Africa through its vaccination program. Who are the players today? WHO and CDC.
Right.
Then John Brunt said, remember,
what is WHO?
The World Health Organization.
World Health Organization. Right. Yes. Okay.
And then Brother Brunt said, guinea pigs. Remember the Tuskegee experiment? Stay woke.
Right. Right. Thank you, Brother John Brunt, who have been very instrumental in paying attention to my Facebook page and creating commentary on there. It got to the point now people don't even come on my page say nothing. They think I'm so aggressive with them. They don't even come on there. But I appreciate your commentary, and I learn a lot from you, Mr. John. I grew up, and him and my mother classmates, Mr. John Brunt. Him and my mother classmates. I appreciate that. Anybody else? I see Carl Tone on. What did he say?
He said our dues go directly to the cause of saving black people.
That's right. He talking about the dude we pay with the Black Liberation Movement, which is basically $1 a day. $1 a day for our liberation. I can't see why we don't have more members than what we have. You know, I don't see why. But we adamant. We the little engine that could. We ain't gonna stop. April will be breaking the ground.
Yes.
Did Mark say anything?
He has not. He just, when you.
Yeah. Well, anyway, let me go on. So, Donald Duck talking about this right to try. See, this is what happened when you capitulate, when you surrender, you give up. These people is just like a bully. Carlos, you've been in school. The bully, hell, if he beats you up, don't he get stronger?
Gonna keep going.
If you never retaliate, don't the bully get stronger?
Keep going.
These people drunk with their own power. Don't y'all believe the Bible? The Bible refers to something getting drunk with his own power. So now they just playing games now. Let's try this. The right to try law. We just make everybody sick. And now, you know, we just try stuff and we get rich. Richer.
Sister LaShonda Wilkins wants to know what you said about the hydroxychloroquine.
Hydroxychloroquine.
Yeah, chloroquine.
Yeah, and I need to get her some water too. I remember her. I need to get her some water and some more people want they want that water. Okay, well, we the little engine that could, y'all. y'all need to help us in more ways than one. You know what I'm saying? So, but it's about the chloroquine, and maybe Dr. Shante, who is on, can help us with this. But from my understanding, it's an experimental drug. It was used to fight malaria at one point. Now they want to tweak it in some way. You know, you got Dr. Fauci out there, who is the him and Jerome Adams, who happen to be an African. He probably would never call himself an African, but he black, and he's the Surgeon General. But Dr. Fauci is like the lead medical advisor in this matter. They tweaking this stuff, and the FDC and the CDC and all the other ABCs are telling us what they want to do in this experiment. Basically they experimented. And so that chloroquine, Miss Wilkins, is supposed to be an experimental drug that they looking to use to fight this corona virus. I'm just going to make sure I got plenty of water. I exercise. I done started my regimen back, getting my push-ups in, eating right. I ain't ate no meat in 4 days.
Okay.
I ain't no meat in 4 days, bro.
Okay.
So yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get right.
Corn
So,
taco.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to get right so we can be around here, and you gonna see me driving a tractor. That ain't gonna stop me from driving. And when the first day of spring?
23rd.
Oh, 20.
Year.
Okay.
New year.
Right. The new year. The new year. Don't y'all forget that amidst this whole corona epidemic, pandemic. But anyway, they even come up with something called convalescent plasma. Convalescent plasma. And what I devised that to be was blood collected to be used for later treatment for the virus. So I bet they're going to create some type of blood bank, just like we send our old people to convalescent center to just sit there, basically. So this convalescent plasma is in blood that they just want to take and sit there until they figure out who they want to use it on. If I'm going wrong with this, then y'all straighten me out, all y'all geniuses out there that don't know what I almost cursed again. That don't know what to tell black people in these times. That's my problem. That's my problem. That's my problem. Don't no black leaders know what to tell black people to do at these times. Why the church is closing down? I thought they was the house of God. Y'all ain't even having church service Sunday. They ain't gonna even get mad. I ain't gonna get upset, but I'm serious about that.
No, Brother Kenneth said before he said you need to get passionate about it and tell it.
Mm-hmm. But see, people use that as an excuse to tune out. See, I didn't learn that. I'm used to speaking to deafening silence. I'm used to that. I'm used to people looking at me and saying, you an agitator. I'm used to See, I heard Mr. Farrakhan say that most of you will come by the word. No, he said, the best of you. Is El Kwame Malik on here?
No.
She's not? But I seen it on her page. Mr. Farrakhan said the best of you will come by a word. That means you will hear the truth, and you will come by the word. But he said, most of you will come by a whooping. That means something gonna have to happen to beat you. To beat you and make you come and get right. So that's what's going on right now. Most of us gonna come by the whooping that the white man gonna administer on us. So some of us should just come by the word. They left it. That's why we come in here every Sunday and we study what they left us. And we try to act in the right mannerism going forward to make sure that we operate on behalf of our ancestors and understand it. Because history is what tells us what to do. Not Donald Duck. History is what tells us what to do. Black people got to realize that we in a very specific and peculiar circumstance. That's what we in. Is anybody saying anything?
Carlton just said it's times like this that separate us from the real from the surreal.
Right.
And Brother Michael said convalescent plasma is blood taken from people that have overcome the virus. That blood will be administered to others that will prevent the virus.
So these are the type of affiliates that I have. I have no problem with those assertions, corrections. If y'all heard what the brother said, go back and read his comment. I just wrote it down because I heard white folks talking about it. and I knew that in some way it would affect us.
Sister Donna said, "Oh, in a washing machine, an agitator is necessary to get the clothes clean."
Said what? What Sister Donna say?
In a washing machine,
I love Sister Donna.
agitator is necessary to get the clothes clean.
Yeah, Sister Donna, thank you. That's right. We agitate. We gonna agitate some black folk then, cause we want to get us clean. And I thank you again, Sister Donna, for the great hospitality that you showed me and my son in Chicago. In Detroit. I really appreciate that. And with that being said, let me say this. How long we been going?
About an hour.
We passed an hour? God, leave me carried away.
It don't take long.
But anyway, I just wanted to speak to this. You know, we back up as adults. But I seen some very special people on this thread tonight that I want to acknowledge. And those are our youth. You understand? Our youth. There's been some very special young men that have been coming around for the last month and been speaking with strength and confidence and power. One of them, my son. And some guys that he been organizing. And another one is Jalen Mullins. Is Jalen on here?
No.
I think he is. I think he made a comment. I think I saw him.
Really?
Jalen Mullins, right. And I told him to be on tonight.
85.
But anyway, they have decided that they want to form a branch to strengthen the Black Liberation Movement because they believe in what it is that we talking about. And it don't take a whooping for them. It just took a word. So they text me today and they said that how do we establish a formation within the Black Liberation Movement? I was happy to hear that. Mm-hmm. That's the confidence that we talking about. Go on my page and look up Brother Iwo. I call him Iwo Imhotep. I call him the Phenom, the future. Mm-hmm. And listen to his take and his spiel on state and what he think about real estate development and black people and what we should be doing and what we should be investing in. He said ain't but two things black folks should be investing in. Mm. That ain't nothing. The two things he talking about is black business and land and real estate. If you're not investing in black business and real estate, you wasting your time. You wasting your time. He said you investing in Nike and all them different things. That stuff don't invest back in us. They don't invest back in us. Land and real estate. He said now the only way you can go wrong investing in land, somebody blow a hole in the earth. I think that's very powerful coming from an 18-year-old.
There he is.
These are the people that we investing in. These are the ones that I'm believing in now because I don't have confidence in these black leaders and adults that have basically capitulated. You just waiting on your 401k and your retirement fund. I'm talking about where the nation at that's ready to build a nation, that's ready to take Mississippi by storm. That's ready to take Mississippi by storm. That's what I'm looking for. A critical mass. I'm going to stop trying to talk sense into black people who basically done decided that they love white supremacy. They basically done decided that they love white supremacy.
They can take it.
And you're not even finna be able to hide from me now. See, because they expose black leadership. See, don't come back talking black power after this over with. See, this shit gonna be over with. It's gonna be over with in a minute. Don't come back talking black power if you're not talking right now. If you're not talking black power right now, don't come back talking black power. I'm like Farrakhan, you gonna sit down. You gonna sit down. Can't talk no black power. Martin Luther King said, you don't judge a man's character in a time of calm and ease. You judge a man's character in a time of adversity. You judge a man's character in a time of adversity. That's where you find your leaders. So if there's any young people listening to the sound of my voice right now, these young men have decided to start the BYLC. And that BYLC is an acronym that stands for Black Youth Leadership Coalition.
That's right.
Get with Ahmad Alexander, who is my son. Get with Mullins. Get with Bill McCollins. Get with these forward-thinking young men who have heard a voice. And it ain't even mine. It's the voice of the ancestors that come through me and simply suggest that we have a will and determination of our own. And they said, hey, Ahmad, ask your father, can we establish the what would be some of the focus points? That's what they said. For Black Youth Leadership Coalition. Made me proud. We're going to get them uniforms.
Like somebody wrote you $1 million check.
That's right. Yeah. Make my chest swell up.
El Quamar just came on.
El Quamar, thank you for coming on, dear sister. We'll be on the show with El Quamar and Hanifa on the Empower Hour, I think the beginning of April. So I appreciate everybody tuning in. Is there anything else that need to be spoke to?
I just want to say, Sister Donna said, if a hole is blown in the earth, throw some seeds in it. And Sister
right.
Kashia said the world will never grow anymore as far as being able to purchase land.
That's right. That's right. So this is true. And I want to leave y'all with this. In the midst of this this frenzy and this whirlwind that we in, that we call the coronavirus pandemic, epidemic. There's a lot of things that I wanted to say. I'm very anxious about this live.
Jalen made a comment. Brother Jalen.
What did he say?
Said, we as Black youth going to learn from our true elders and command change by any means necessary.
Go back and read that comment from Jalen Mullen. That's one of the forward-thinking young Black men. Okay? That's ready to change his condition. Okay? He ready to change his condition. Y'all go back and read that young man and what he just said. Because those are the type of young warriors that we need. You know, we need those type of young warriors. So whatever you give type of education, they end up absorbing. They gonna use that for the benefit of their people. They gonna use it for the benefit of their people. We in a cultural war. We losing culture. I think it was what's the leader over there in Vietnam? Kim Jong, whatever the name. Well, anyway, that ain't important. And he was speaking to Black people's condition. He said Black people will never get up until they practice their own culture. He said Black people will never get up until we practice our own culture. So these are some very powerful things that being said about us. We not listening. We not responding. We are reactionary people. I tell y'all, there's a difference between reaction and response. A reaction is your emotion to power. That's it. Your reaction and your emotion is your emotion, no reaction to power. A response is what you do in response. It's what you do. What are you doing in response to coronavirus? They done told you stay in the house. We supposed to be meeting with each other. We supposed to have communities where we come together. We in here right now. Some people just walked in. They seen the lights on. They just walked in here. Family. That's called we got the lights on. That's called we got the lights on. They know something going on in here. They not afraid they're going to catch coronavirus. B, you want some hand sanitizer? You can get some hand sanitizer you want. They not afraid of that. When I coughed just now, it wouldn't cause coronavirus. I got choked off this pure water. This pure water. Black Liberation Movement life water.
Brother Nate She said our culture is our immune system, and that's a quote by Dr. Marimba and Nikki.
Right. That's right. Go back and read them powerful comments that these people are making on this live. One of the things that I want to say as well, this social distancing, this term that they have brought into existence and gave life, social distancing. This light is real hot. It's got something dripping from it right there, Lieutenant. But anyway, this term that they have created and made a real thing we buy it hook, line, and sinker that we should be separated from each other. Black people ain't never existed in a reality in our culture where we felt we needed to be separated from each other. You know, so the thought came to mind, Sister Crystal was like, social isolation is a breeding ground for depression. Social isolation is a breeding ground for depression. When we go into a cultural understanding that we need to separate from each other, we need to be distant from each other, we go away from who we are. And we begin to isolate ourselves and don't even know the reciprocal effects of that is depression. When people locked up in prison, they'll be okay if they're in general population. But get put in solitary confinement.
23 and 1.
Yeah. Get put in solitary confinement and see how that feels. That solitary confinement is what broke Nelson Mandela. You understand? Mm-hmm. White people know what solitary confinement do to the mind. The psychological effect when you want to isolate yourself. I hear black people saying all the time, I got my own circle. Mm-hmm. My circle's so tight it's a dot. All that stuff. We need each other. And we shouldn't allow for nothing to drive a wedge in who we really are. In essence, Malcolm X said our unity is more powerful than an atomic bomb. That's right. And at these times is when black people should be galvanizing and showing the world that we will not capitulate. We will not capitulate. We know how to fight viruses. We know how to fight bacteria. We know how to do this. This is innate in us. But we have yielded to their understanding. So I'm going to get ready to end this. I didn't know we've been going an hour, but I'm going to get ready to end it. But I end it with confidence. Have it. Have confidence. Hell, we may have coronavirus right now, but I guarantee you we going to live. That's right. I guarantee you we going to live. What we need to be worried about is the aftermath and the ripples that come from this. That's what we need to be worried about, the ripples. Are you going to survive missing 4 more paychecks? How you going to make canteen? Are we thinking about the brothers that's in prison right now? If you can't get food, is they getting it? Anybody thinking about them? Social distancing. We are not that type of people. Even amidst crisis and disease, we not that type of people. Black businesses right now suffering because we refuse to go and be serviced at black businesses now because white folks done told us to stay at home. So it is what it is. You know, I came tonight to invoke confidence, not fear. We need some leaders in this hour. We need some leaders to speak to us with confidence and power. If I wanted to hear the same protocol that Donald Duck and them gave, I just watch CNN. I don't need y'all to come on live and waste my time, since everybody at home, waste my time telling me something I can just turn on CNN and watch. See, I know what it is, though. Y'all think y'all intelligent when you repeat white people. You think you're intelligent when you repeat white people. But real intelligence is solving the problem that white people are creating. Now, I heard Donald Duck say the China virus. That fool is bold. But see, he got power. He dumb as hell. He just sit up there and just say the dumbest shit, and people just be sitting there and have all these educated people behind him. But he got power. That's why I keep telling y'all. Power. Power. You can be dumb as fuck. Excuse my language, you can be dumb as hell. I know Sister Dunn them on here. I won't be. But he got power. So he sit there and he say all these things, don't understand nothing he's saying, and we have to sit here and yield to that type of leadership.
Right, like Brother Michael said, white supremacy has been killing us, and that is the enemy. We need a cure for that, like we said last week.
I told y'all, white people, the coronavirus. That's our coronavirus. Hell, will we survive white people? Not coronavirus. We'll get by coronavirus, B.
Right.
We'll get by coronavirus. Hell, we can't get by white folk.
Right. Brother Jalen said we so concerned with individuality and not thinking community. That's from my baby's mouth. Right.
So we'll begin with Jalen Mullins, Amaya Alexander, Iwo Imhotep. These are our forward-thinking young brothers, and they the ones that make me know that we have a future. You know. So we'll begin that together, and if it ain't no more questions, is there any more comments that need to be read?
Brother Maurice, he said the people won't change until the pain of remaining the same is greater than the pains of change itself. We as a people have become content with the existing in the oppressor's realm. Right.
Brother Maurice Clifton, who have been visiting us for the last couple of weeks here at the center and bringing his strong presence. Brother spent a lot of time in prison. He learned a lot, as have our brother Kenneth Wing.
Right, and he said he's been on the phone with several prisons, and so far they are dealing with it. Only one facility on lockdown so far.
That's one too many. That's one too many. That's one too many. I think about brothers in prison all the time. I done been there. That ain't no fun. So anyway, with that being said, y'all, I hope we got something from this tonight. It was something that was weighing on me all day today, caused a lot of frustration and anxiety. Just being here. I don't take doing these lives lightly. You know, I think people out there actually hear me. As a matter of fact, I was sitting there talking to my brother and comrade, Brother Roderick Buck Webb, the other day. He said, brother, people hear you, man. He said, we just scared. So, you know, I appreciate the people that took time out to view this live, and hopefully we share it. Hopefully I imparted something that can instill some confidence in us tonight, you know, because that's what we need. We need confidence. We need to know that we exist and we have integrity, and that we are a community. So I'm just trying to make sure that I said what I need to say, but I guess that's basically it. You know, appreciate y'all tuning in to Thursday Night Knowledge with the Black Liberation Movement. Next week, I hope to have our guests or some guests with us that we can share this platform with. They're not afraid to come out and sit with black people in this time and talk to black people. Help us, you know, have confidence in this hour. We got the water. We got gallon jugs, $3. Pure water. I sit there and filtrate this water myself and deliver it and everything. We got half gallons for $2, and we have paints for $1. So we working on a better process. You know, I hope some of y'all, you know, seek out the website, www.blackliberationmovement.com. We have registration forms on there, right?
Yes. That
you can become a member of the Black Liberation Movement. We also going to devise a support group with the Black Liberation Movement where you can become a $10 a month supporter of the Black Liberation Movement. We should be doing something to aid the self-determinating organizations, grassroots organizations. You should be doing something to aid the self-determinant organizations among black people. When black people jump up and say, we the Black Liberation Movement, we the Black Liberation Movement, why you don't support that? Why you don't support that? Why we run from that? That's a real question. Why we run from that?
Scared.
Ask yourself, why do you run from that? Why you act like you don't hear that? That's why I bug y'all every day, every morning. I bug you. I get in your ear. I'm like Sister Ma'at down there in Jackson. She said she wake up mad.
She want to be an angry black
woman.
woman.
She said she an angry black woman. She ain't got no problem with it. She wake up mad. I think I wake up mad too. And who was it? James Baldwin that said, if you a black man in America and you ain't mad, something wrong with you.
Huh?
Something is wrong with you. So, go to the website. Our publicist, Frankie Rain, has done a great job in putting that together, along with Crystal Denise and Carlos Bowl, who is going to be instrumental in processing and helping us get, more people the message of the movement. Join the movement. If you already a part of the organization, so what? Still join the movement. We're not a religious organization. We're a Black Power organization. Okay? So if you want to aid and help us, Black Power, somebody post the Cash App and help us. If you just want to donate to it, donate to us. The Cash App is $BLMMS. Donate to us and help us. We're about to get ready to start planting food. I saw our brother Marlon Should dropped a post that basically suggested and reminded y'all that we will be growing our food. Coronavirus is not going to stop us from growing our food. Okay. Build y'all immune systems up. That's how we get past this coronavirus. Build the immune system up. Check on the elderly. We working on a canning process so we can start storing a lot of this food that we not buying.
You might need it in a minute. Because
you're going to need it.
Huh?
You understand? Okay. So with that being said, we done went a long time. I done enjoyed y'all tonight. Appreciate you all for chiming in. Leave you with the greeting words of peace of Assalamu alaikum. Hotep, considering and Gara. Always look out for our children. That's how you determine the condition of a people. Look at the children. Okay? So peace, y'all. Enjoy y'all. Love. Black Power.